Dodgers win it 9-3. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 2 1/3. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, couple strikeouts. Tony Gonsolin, 2 scoreless innings, 1 strikeout. David Bote, 2 for 3 with a homer, 4 RBIs. Hunter Fiducia, 1 for 2 with a double and RBI. He also drew a walk. And Andy Paez, he homered, he walked, and he was hit by a pitch. Let's hear more from that guy, David Bote, certainly one of the stars for the Dodgers at spring camp. He's talking with Kirsten and the media.
Well, David, you've had an excellent spring so far. Just at the plate, defensively, how have you been feeling fighting for a spot for this team?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's just been good to be here with the guys. Getting out a couple of weeks early with before spring training, and kind of got into the flow and got some good work with the coaches and the players, and it's just been a really good experience so far.
What's been the conversation, whether it's Andrew, front office, Dave Roberts, just as to what they've been seeing from you and kind of maybe some expectations for you this year?
Yeah, we haven't had too many conversations. Just kind of in passing, they say, hey, keep up the good work, like great at bats, keep going. It's a lot of encouragement, a lot of praise, like just saying, hey, like you're doing great, keep doing your thing, and that's about it.
From what I've seen and being told, you're primarily first, third. What's kind of just been the focus for you defensively and finding a role and a spot for yourself? Yeah,
I mean, versatility is huge. I've done it my whole life, my whole career. Third, second, short, first, like whatever they ask me to do, like I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. Just every day with Woody and the infield guys, just being out there working at different position, different concepts, different, footwork, handwork, just trying to be as sharp as you can at all positions and be ready when your name's called.
We obviously saw the results today offensively. How are you feeling when it comes to your bat, where your swing is at, especially at this point in spring?
Yeah, working with RVS and Batesy and all the hitting guys, it's just like they're the best in the business over here. Like you see it from afar, and to be able to come over and to access those guys and those minds and how they work over here has just been it's been awesome. They're the best in the business for a reason, and it's just been really cool to work on some things and see the results of it.
Cactus League play rolls on. The Dodgers will head to Scottsdale to take on the Rockies tomorrow at noon, with Freddie Freeman expected to make his spring debut. Then on Friday, our first Cactus League game of 2025 under the lights. Dodgers hosting the Angels. We will see Shohei Ohtani and Will Smith making their spring debuts. No game on Monday, the Dodgers' only off day of the spring. But reminder, you can see every game from Cactus League play right here on Sportsnet LA. More ahead in this 59-minute Cactus League postgame show. We're going to hear from Tony Gonsolin, looking awfully sharp in his second efficient outing of the spring. Plus, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, quite the first season in Dodger blue, fought back from injury to help win a World Series. Coming up, my sit-down conversation with the Dodgers opening day starter. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Jerry, you called it. You said Andy Paez trying to atone for getting picked off of first base. This is a good way to do it.
Absolute bomb here, there. Fastball out of third. Paez does not miss it. We know he's got light tower power. Great to see him get on the board.
Dodgers get a win, 9-3 in Cactus League play over the Milwaukee Brewers. We also saw 2 scoreless innings from Tony Gonsolin, and the Catman talked about it with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Tony, you were excellent today. Just to get back out there, I saw that you kind of came into the dugout to recreate that starter's routine. How did it feel just for you to be back out on the mound and to be so efficient today?
Yeah, I tried to keep that starter's routine, throw, sit down, let them play half inning as if I was on the road. Ended up being a very long one, but boys scored some runs, which was nice to see them swinging the bats. But that happened, so it was good test, I guess, for early in spring, and felt pretty good on the mound. I got out there after that long one, gave myself a lot of extra time to just get the arm loose again, and felt pretty solid, and luckily it was really efficient today.
Obviously the results are saying one thing. For you, just kind of where you're at right now in spring, is this best case scenario for you?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm executing pitches and getting some soft contact, which is always good.
Do you have to get some extra work in the bullpen to kind of grow enough for your plan?
Yeah, ideally get that third one being efficient, being able to go out for that third one would have been nice. But yeah, I got some extra work in the bullpen, just trying to build up that capacity coming in working through spring training.
Right.
Is the competition for the fifth starter job like something pushing you a little more, or is it just out of your mind and you're just trying to control what you can control?
I'm just going out there and trying to throw strikes.
Right now, is focus more build-up or stuff for you?
I think it's always a combination of both. I think with spring training, it's always that build-up part of it is first and foremost, and then stuff should be there, but that's a constant work.
Do you feel like, though, I mean, obviously it's playing very well, but like stuff-wise, do you feel like this is where you want to be at this point in spring, considering only 2 weeks before this team goes to Tokyo?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, I think the results are pretty solid, and you know, obviously I don't know what the stuff looked like today. Last outing it was decent, so just trying to look at that and build on it.
Jared, we had Tony Gonsolin on with us at Dodger Fest. He was emphatic that he was going to be in that Dodgers starting rotation to begin the year. And so far this spring, he's done nothing to make us believe that he will not be a part of that starting rotation.
Yeah, you know, he's locked in. You know, I love his attitude, love his makeup, and understand, you know what, yes, I am fighting for that fifth starter role, but he's extremely confident, and I love that he's been extremely efficient. He has been extremely sharp with his pitch as well. It's a fastball away, the command of the split, that certainly is a field pitch, also the breaking ball as well. So love that Tony Gonsolin is going out there doing what he needs to do to secure the fifth starter spot.
Yeah, just 13 pitches to get through his 2 innings, and then he went down to the bullpen to throw another simulated inning. Right now, let's go back to Maryvale because Miguel Rojas continues to swing a hot bat. Talked about it with Kirsten.
Miguel, just when you kind of look at how you've been feeling this spring, getting the results, Dave has told us that you've been really wanting to get out there, get some more at-bats in the games. Where do you just kind of feel where your swing is at, body is at right now?
Oh, I feel pretty good. That's the reason why yesterday I wasn't supposed to play, and my swing is in a really good spot, and I try to continue to do what I need to do to get ready. My obligation here is to be the best that I can be for the team. I know my opportunities will come, you know. Obviously, I know all the talent that we have in this organization, but we have a lot of flexibility. So I was talking just to Dino at third base when I got there, and I was telling him like how happy I am with the results of the surgery and the way that my legs are feeling now. I think this is the best time, the first time in 3 years that I feel this way, and I'm really happy. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna turn it down a little bit as soon as the spring continues to go on, but I'm ready to go.
Defensively, obviously, we saw you at first base, and of course, that was a lot of that was due to wanting to get some more at-bats, but how are you just managing whether it's reps at second, obviously short, I don't feel like you maybe don't need as many reps there, but just kind of managing second, third base to kind of feel the most comfortable for you?
Yeah, I continue to see myself as a shortstop every single day. You know, I'm coming to the ballpark thinking that, you know, I'm a shortstop first, and then every time I play other position, I'm just going to be an extension of a shortstop there. So I know I'm going to get a lot of reps in different positions. Yesterday was a little bit of first. I've been playing third. I know it's going to get my chance to play a little bit second base. And you know how it is. You never know how it's going to play out. We know and we expect Mookie to play a lot of shortstop, and hopefully, because he's one of our best players, and he's going to be out there every single day. Hopefully he can play 162, you know. At the same time, I got to look at my opportunities and my chances to play all over the diamond. That's what I started doing a couple years ago when I first got to the league. I know how to do it, and I want to be the best at it. So that's why I'm bouncing back and forward and trying to do anything that I can to get ready.
Does Dave or Andrew just kind of mention maybe prioritizing or focusing kind of your reps or time at one or the whether it's third or second? Just has that been any conversation just yet for you?
I think it's a conversation that it doesn't need to be had, because I'm pretty good understanding, you know, where we are. I'm gonna be ready, and then at the end of the day, I need to be ready to play shortstop. You know, like that's the toughest part in the infield. We never know what's gonna happen. Like the 2 years prior to this one, I got acquired by the team just to be a utility guy, and I've been playing 100 games at short. So you never know what's going to happen, and I need to be ready to play shortstop. I just going to emphasize of being ready to play in that position, because everything else will just fall in place if I'm ready to play short.
Straight.
Tonight's starter, for the first time, heading to the mound at Dodger Stadium, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's three. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Oh my! Yamamoto caught that baseball somehow. My goodness!
Got him with a fastball. Found it and fired it right by him.
One of the most decorated pitchers to ever leave Japan and come here to the MLB.
Year one of Yoshinobu Yamamoto's 12-year deal is in the books. 7 wins in the regular season, an ERA of 3, 2 wins in October, and, of course, a World Series championship. Recently at Camelback Ranch, with an assist from his translator hero, I got connected with Yoshinobu. Yoshinobu, boy, what a first season for you. How would you describe the 2024 rookie season for you?
すごくいい経験も、苦しい経験もどちらもたくさんした、シーズンで、最後はワールドチャンピオン、ポストシーズンも経験できて、でワールドシリーズも投げさせてもらって、本当に特別な1年でした。
Looking back to your first year here in the major leagues, what would you say was the biggest adjustment you had to make?
本当にこれっていうのはないんですけど、なんかやっぱりこう身の回りのことが少しずつ違って、プレーの面でも少しずつ日本でプレーするとは違うことがあったんで、なんかそれが後から振り返るとやっぱりすごい慣れてなかったなというか、違和感が感じてたんだなっていうのは後から振り返ると思いました。
You have a new teammate this year in Roki Sasaki. What can you tell us about Roki as a person, as a pitcher, and how you think he will adjust to Major League Baseball?
So, like, at a personal level, he has the most sensitive sense of smell.
Really?
Yeah. And then, as a teammate, I'm very happy to be able to, play with him, through the season, and then that's great for everybody too.
How much fun was it to watch Shohei Ohtani do what he was able to do last year as a hitter? Obviously, we're going to get a chance to see him pitch this year, but I imagine part of you is also a fan just watching him perform the way he did last year.
やっぱり近くで見れたっていうのはすごく、選手としていい経験になりましたし、本当にこう、もちろんすごいのは分かってましたけど、毎日なんていうんだろうな、本当にこう毎日衝撃を受けるようなプレーをこう更新されていくというか、昨日もすごいと感じたけど今日もっとすごいのまた 見れたみたいな、そのチームメイトで毎日一緒にプレーして、あんなにワクワクする選手は本当に特別かなと思いました。
What is it going to mean to you to go home to Japan and start the first game on opening day in your home country, probably against Shota Imanaga as well, and what that will mean to you?
久しぶりに日本の球場で、また日本のファンの皆さんの前でプレーできるのがすごく嬉しく思いますし、相手投手ももしかしたら、今永さんになるかもという、情報がありますけど、もしそうなったら、とにかく負けないように全力で頑張りたいと思います。
Obviously, last year we saw a lot of decoy, Shohei's dog. Now we hear Roki has a dog, and he's got his dog on his socks. And we hear Yoshinobu now has a dog. And I think your dog was here playing with decoy the other day. What can you tell us about your dog? What kind of dog is it? Boy, girl? What's his or her name? And is your dog getting along with decoy?
もともと動物がすごく好きで、僕の母が動物病院に勤めてたので、その影響で、子供の頃から動物が好きで、去年の夏頃に母がロサンゼルスに来てる時に、オフリハビリ中だったのかな、リハビリ期間中で、午後時間があったので、母がそのシェルターを見に行ってみたいと、アメリカのシェルターを見に行ってみたいということで、そういう話をしてて、でシェルターに行って、すごいこう、気になる犬がいて、それが出会いで、飼うことになりました。
So he gets along with decoy?
My dog loves decoy, but I'm not sure how decoy feels about him.
ずっとディコイが逃げて、僕の犬がこう追っかけて。
So my dog decoy, because he runs around, and my dog chases him around.
That's great. Yoshinobu, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Dodgers ready to defend their World Series crown, but who's going to provide the biggest challenges? We'll run through some of Pacoda's projections for 2025 next. Corps was branded the Bullpen Dogs. The origin of the nickname was from that guy, Alex Vesia, who said the Dodgers have a bunch of relievers with a dog-like mentality. Pretty soon, some T-shirts were made, and nobody embraced the moniker more than Vesia, who's one of the most fiery pitchers in the game. At Camelback Ranch, I got connected with the Dodgers' energetic reliever. Alex Vesia, now a World Series champion. I know that's got to sound awfully good to you, but 2024 on a personal, professional level, probably the best year that you've ever had. You're a World Series champion. Could have made an argument. Dave Roberts trying to make an argument for you to be an all-star last year as well. How would you assess 2024 overall?
Yeah, 2024, I got 2 rings. So started off getting married. That was great. And then ended the year with a World Series ring. So yeah, 2024, really good year, a lot of fun, but start to finish, you know, it's a grind, and you know, it's all worth it in the end. You know, having Walker throw the last pitch and us jumping over the railing and stuff, and I'll never forget that.
You're always a guy that you come into the game, you're revved up, and everyone loves to watch you pitch with fire, and that's a regular season game. Then we see you pitching in October and in Game 2 of the World Series with the bases loaded. What are those moments like for you?
I mean, adrenaline is through the roof. That's kind of always been my thing, whether it's from riding a dirt bike when I was younger or driving fast cars. The adrenaline, the heartbeat, that blood like pumping through my veins, I live for that. So, you know, in those moments, I think it makes me just perform at the highest level, and I love it. Like I feed for that. You know, it's like throwing a bullpen, nobody in the stands. That's not fun for me, right? Like, yes, you have to do it, and you know, there are certain things, but like in the moment, bases loaded, right? Like, give me the ball. That's what I want. So, yeah, those moments they hold right here for sure.
It's so cool to see how the fans have really taken a liking to you, whether it's out in the community or you're here at Camelback Ranch or you're at the stadium. Dodger fans love Alex Vesia, and especially now as a World Series champion. What is it like for you, just the way that this entire community and this fan base has embraced you the way they have?
Yeah, and that's right from the beginning. You know, being in the bullpen, we kind of have some time to sit and relax as the starter kind of does their thing. So I'm always looking in the stands and just, you know, having a good time. I mean, I've actually met quite a few people that they'll come around and call my name, and, you know, we have like that small connection. But, you know, for myself, like, I always try to put myself in their shoes. That, like, I'm always going to be a big fan of baseball, you know, and I kind of want to just make sure it's like I'm just a regular person, just like everybody else, right? Just my job is a little bit different, and that, like, I like hearing people's stories, and, like, you know, where they first, you know, became a Dodger fan, or just the love of baseball, or, like, you know, just some kids, it's like talking like pitch grips and like mechanics and stuff like that, or like mentality. Like, I would have loved to have been talked to by a big leaguer when I was younger. I thought that would have been the coolest thing in the world. So for me to kind of give that back is, I think that's where that kind of small liking starts, and then as it grows more and more, you know, it does get bigger, you know. And it's always fun to talk with fans and just pick their brains. There was one kid I was throwing a bullpen today, and I'm like walking out, and he was like, "Hey, I heard you don't like tomatoes," and I just like kind of looked at him like, "Yep, that's me," you know, because I mean, people, you know, whether it's like my wife with like the TikTok stuff, or, you know, interviews, or in the community, people have gotten to know me more and more, and, you know, it's like, I think that's really cool. I think that's a side of me that, like, I like and I want to keep evolving.
I think a lot of people like to look at a team and spot an identity in the bullpen. When you said we're just a bunch of dogs, and I thought that's actually a really fitting moniker for you guys out there, because it seems like that's the mentality you all have when you come into the game.
Yep. So that was said a little while, but then Bazooka, Bruce Stargratterwall, he took it to the next level, for sure. He was the one that had the bark and really, like, kind of led that charge. But yeah, I mean, that mentality of going after and getting your inning every single night, like, that is that kind of dog mentality that you have to have, man. It's, you know, hitters are trying to take food and money off your plate, man, and that's like kind of where it all stems from. And, you know, the bullpen is super special, and last year they now know, but moving forward they're gonna keep hearing from us, man. We have a really good bullpen, and I'm looking forward to what special things that we get to do this year.
I think some of the questions a lot of the guys who were on the team last year are getting this spring is, do you still have that hunger to do it again? Obviously, the new players you've brought in, they're hungry to win a championship. But I've been struck by how many guys who were on the 2024 team feel like, yeah, I'm even hungrier to win it again.
Yeah, and that's the message from those signings, right? Like, it's not just a one and done type mentality. And I think, moving forward, like when I saw all the different signings, it was like, all right, we're going for it again, right? And it is motivating. And like, a lot of people asked me, was like, did you take a lot of time off, or did you really celebrate it? And I'm like, yeah, I took my 5 or 6 days of like celebrating it, taking it all in, and then it was back to work, right? Because now it's the 2025 season that comes up, and yes, it is the past, right? Like the present day, we got to get going, and because it can speed up on you, and you don't want to be behind coming into this season.
Alex Vesia, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Jerry, Alex Vesia is coming off the best year of his young career. He was also a finalist for the All-MLB team last year. He might not be the biggest name that they have in that bullpen, but he's certainly been one of the most reliable guys they have.
He has been outstanding. I just love the edge he pitches with. He doesn't take anything for granted. He's one of those guys that he's old school, where he wasn't the biggest prospect. He comes from a Division II program. And he understands, this is what I need to do to succeed here at this big league level. He pitches with that edge, pitch with a nice chip on his shoulder. We need guys like him. He gets righties and lefties out. Good for Alex Vesia. I think he continues to get better.
It begins every day with 5 minutes in the cold tub, down to about 40 degrees, maybe 38, 39 degrees. That is next level stuff. I couldn't do it.
期待と興奮を胸に開幕戦を迎えましょう。ドジャーススプリングキャンプでの圧勝、チームの結束力と勢いがシーズンに向けて加速する一戦。ロサンゼルスドジャースがミルウォーキーブルワーズを9対3で下し、スプリングキャンプでの好調ぶりを見せつけた。試合の結果だけを見ても圧勝だったが、さらに注目すべきは選手たちの個々の活躍とチームとしての一体感の強さだ。投打が噛み合い、それぞれの選手が自身の役割をしっかりと果たし、まさに開幕戦へ向けた準備が着実に進んでいることを実感できる内容だった。この試合の主役となったのはデビッド・ボーティだ。彼は3打数2安打、1本塁打、4打点という圧巻の成績を残し、試合の流れを大きく引き寄せた。スプリングキャンプでは、選手たちが開幕ロースター入りをかけて激しい競争を繰り広げるが、ボーティはその中で確実にアピールを続けている。彼自身も、ここでプレーできることが楽しいし、自分のベストを尽くすだけ、と語り、日々の努力を積み重ねている様子がうかがえた。まだ開幕まで時間はあるが、彼がこの調子を維持し続ければ、ドジャースの内野陣において重要な役割を果たす存在となることは間違いない。また、アンディ・ページスの活躍も目を引いた。彼はホームランを放ち、さらにフォアボールを選び、四球を受けるなど、試合の中でさまざまな形で貢献した。特に、前の試合で牽制死してしまったことを挽回するかのような見事なホームランは、彼の勝負強さと修正能力の高さを示していた。試合後、解説者の間でも、彼のパワーと粘り強さは今後のドジャースにとって大きな武器になる、と評価されており、今後の成長に期待が高まるばかりだ。そして、この試合で改めて存在感を示したのがトニー・ゴンソリンだった。彼はわずか13球で2イニングを無失点に抑えるという驚異的な効率の良さを見せ、さらに試合後にはブルペンで追加の投球練習を行うなど、開幕ローテーション入りに向けた準備を着々と進めている。試合後のインタビューでは、競争があるのは当然だけど、自分のやるべきことに集中しているだけ、と語り、冷静かつ自信に満ちた表情を見せていた。昨シーズンは故障に苦しんだものの、今年は万全の状態でスタートできるようで、チームにとっても大きな戦力となることが期待される。また、ドジャースのもう一人の注目投手、山本由伸も登板し、序盤は苦しんだものの、持ち前の制球力を生かして修正し、しっかりと試合を作った。昨シーズン、彼はメジャー初年度ながら7勝を挙げ、ポストシーズンではチームのワールドシリーズ制覇に大きく貢献した。彼にとって今シーズンはさらに飛躍が求められる年であり、日本での開幕戦を控える中、 その仕上がりには多くの注目が集まっている。試合後、彼は、昨年は多くの経験を積んだシーズンだった。今年はさらに成長した姿を見せたい。と語り、さらなる高みを目指していることを明かした。この試合を通じて、ドジャースのチームとしての一体感も強く感じられた。スプリングキャンプでは、新しい選手が加わり、ロスター争いが激化する中で、選手たちが互いに刺激を与え合いながら切磋琢磨している。試合後のコメントでも、デビッド・ボーティが、チームメイトとの関係がすごく良い。と語り、ミゲル・ロハスも、この3年間で一番体調がいい。と話すなど、チームの雰囲気の良さが伝わってきた。ドジャースは個々の能力だけでなく、チーム全体の結束力を武器にしている。これは昨シーズンのワールドシリーズ制覇の要因の一つでもあり、今シーズンもその強みを生かして戦っていく姿が期待される。スプリングキャンプはまだ続くが、ここまでの試合を見る限り、チームは順調な仕上がりを見せている。明日はコロラド、ロッキーズとの一戦。そして金曜日にはついに大谷翔平がスプリングデビューを果たす予定だ。彼の一挙手一投足が注目される中、ファンとしては絶対に見逃せない試合となることは間違いない。ドジャースの戦いはこれからが本番だ。この勢いをそのままに、開幕戦まで全力で駆け抜けていく姿を一緒に応援しよう。もし今日の試合を見て、ドジャース最高と思ったら、ぜひこのチャンネルに登録し、最新情報を見逃さないようにしてほしい。これからもドジャースの試合のハイライトや注目選手のインタビューをたっぷりお届けしていくので、一緒にシーズンの興奮を味わおう。次の試合も、ドジャースの活躍を期待しながら楽しみにしていこう。